Welcome back. Today we are up at the cabin for one last final project. I feel like I've said that before, but this is the last major project that I plan to do in the near future anyway. The goal today is to install what is called a laundry center, which is basically a stackable washer and dryer. It's a washer on the bottom and a dryer on the top. This is the smallest one, the thinnest one, and the smallest one overall that I could find that would meet our needs up here, because it has to fit in a very tight space. So let me show you what we've got, the area that we have prepped. I'll show you the unit that we purchased, and I will show you what we plan to do to get it installed. So this is the unit. It is 23 3/4 inches wide, so it will fit right in the space. I have a 24-inch space to fit it into. It just has a small washer on the bottom, dryer on the top. All the controls are right here at head level. So this is an electric model. They make gas models obviously also. So we have a drain to hook up, which I already have all prepped for. We have an electrical cord to add, which I'll show you what I chose and why. And then we have a dryer vent to hook up. So this whole thing operates off of a 220 plug. So there's not a separate 110 plug for the washer and a separate 220 for the dryer. It has just the one power hookup. So we need a 30 amp 220 circuit for that. So we have this one small closet here, and actually in order to get this in here, I'm gonna have to take the door off, and I'm gonna have to take this this trim off the door stop. This is exactly 24 inches from the edge of this to the edge of the door here. So it's gonna be tight getting it in here. I have a little more space in my spot. This is the spot that, if you've been following along, we renovated the bathroom. We took out a tub. We put in a stand-up shower, which is on the other side of this wall, and left this little gap here, moved it back into the bathroom a little bit to put this washer dryer combo. And so we have our drain hooked up already. I've got my hot and cold water already hooked up, and I'll run into the crawl space. So today we're gonna add an outlet. So I have a box put in here, and I purchased a 4-prong outlet here that's gonna match the cord that I bought. You could do a 3-prong also, it doesn't have to be 4. We have a previous hole here from, this is where the drain used to be for the shower. I'm actually gonna patch that, and I'm gonna hook our dryer vent up on this side. So I'm gonna drill a new hole here in the floor. Hot and cold water will hook up here. Drain goes down in the drain pipe, and then our dryer outlet will be up here. I put it up here obviously because that's the height of the cord, that's where it's gonna be. So we have a ton of work to do. I'm gonna start with getting some of the things prepped, some electrical prepped, and I'll show you what I'm doing for that. We're gonna drill some holes in the outside of the house and all the fun stuff that's a little nerve-wracking to do, but we'll get all the prep work done, and then we'll get this thing slid into place and give it a test. So I'm cheating a little bit with the electrical hookup. Obviously you can run a new wire over to your outlet from your breaker panel, but this oven is gas now, and it does not need this 220 oven plug. So I'm actually gonna disconnect the wire down below the crawl space from this outlet, and I'm gonna use this wire that's already ran over for my dryer, and I'll take this plug out so we don't need to use that anymore. All right, so we have the area all prepped. The water lines are hooked up. I did purchase these separately. These are 5 foot long stainless steel water lines. These are real close to the dryer vent, so I didn't like the rubber ones that came with, so I used this instead. We've got our 220 outlet wired up here. I didn't show too much of the wiring, but it's pretty simple. Ground, neutral, hot, and hot. And then it tells you how to wire it on the plug to the dryer. I already put this in. This is just a standard washer dryer hookup. This came from Home Depot. Drain line goes in the center, and then obviously hot and cold. I have the dryer vent hooked up. Of course, with dryer vents, you don't screw any of these joints together. You tape everything, because if there's a screw poking in there, it's going to collect lint and cause a problem. So this is all taped together, and I think that I've got this 90 down, so it's pretty tight. It's not quite flush with the back, but it's pretty close. So what we're going to have to do is hook up our water lines, run the drain line, and get the dryer vent started down that hole. As this goes through this doorway, I had to remove all the frames and everything. I'll have to stand in here and try to guide this thing into its position and deal with all the cords and cables until it gets past this point, and then I'll have to get in the crawl space and help to feed the dryer vent through that hole. So it's going to be quite a challenge to push this in here. If we ever decide to sell this cabin and you are a person who bought it and you are trying to get this out of here, I'm just very sorry. I'm sorry at this point. So I'm gonna have to be in here the whole time. So you and Mom are gonna have to be the ones to wiggle it in. I get everything hooked up in here when it gets to like right here. All right, you guys push.
Oh, Mom, it looks heavy. You push from that side, I push from the side.
I feel like the cardboard on the edge is going to be a problem.
It's going to be a problem, yeah. I need something. I need Summer, run out to the shed. Give me a couple of them, because once we get this past here, I'm stuck in here forever, so.
Dad, there's no way this is going to fit.
I feel like are you guys helping?
We're waiting for you to tell us what to do, because we don't want to mess something up.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's push.
Okay.
Hello?
No, you guys help.
Push it. Okay. Okay, Summer, give me my phone. Like, pause the recording and give me my phone. Okay, this is where I am right now. And we almost made it in, but I'm in a bad spot. So this is what I've been reduced to. We almost got it in. There it is. But I'm in this little, I might be stuck in here forever.
2 hours later.
I gotta probably get on the top of it, so.
Wait, why?
Well, I have to look back. I have to make sure that everything's still hooked up and that the dryer vent's not kinked.
Well, are water lines kinked and?
No. I wanted it to go in further. Well, it was quite an adventure, but we got it in there. I had to move this, and this was the only space I had to stand was this little spot right here, and then I had to stick my head up behind that. When this was in its normal spot, it was hitting this elbow right here, so I had to move that out of the way. But we got it in there, and it fits in here pretty good. I wish I could get it back just a couple more inches, but I don't want to smash the dryer vent back there, so I think this is good enough. So, dryer vent is out there. It's not kinked. Water lines are hooked up, no leaks. Power line is good. Everything looks good. I put a zip tie here to hold the drain line. I just don't want that falling down and pulling out of the drain. So let's see if this thing works. Do not handle the product in this area. I think we handled it in this area. All right, let's hope it works. Otherwise we got soapy stuff.
Hope it doesn't leak too.
And then hit start.
That starts, sorry.
Something's happening. Well, we've been using it and it works really, really well. So such a nice addition up here, and it fits in there about as tight as it possibly could fit. There's still room in here to maybe put a couple little shelves up, and I don't want to put anything on the top because I don't want stuff to fall back behind it, because you're never getting it back if it falls up there. Having a washer and dryer up here, even if it's small, makes all the difference as far as usability of this cabin. Just washing towels, bathing suits, we've got the lake here, we're taking things out, we're getting wet, we're getting dirty, all that kind of stuff. You know, you can stay up here for a week now and not have to worry about bringing as much. And plus it makes it easier to reset if there are visitors here, if there are guests here. We can, you know, have them kind of wash things before they leave, and we can prepare things up here instead of having to do it all at home and bringing things back and forth. And the dryer vent works great. It is better to use just a flat louvered hood here if you have longer runs. This is a very short run. There's really only 190, or actually there's two, I guess, that comes down from the dryer and then goes out here, and it's only about 6 or 7 feet from here to the bottom of the dryer, so it's a very short dryer run, so this thing works just fine. I know I didn't show you in the crawl space much, but the dryer vent hookup is literally just 4-inch rigid pipe hooked up to the vent on the wall and then run back to a flexible piece that came through the floor and connected to that. It's a pretty simple hookup, and everything is duct taped together. There's no screws and anything. You don't want to put any screws in the dryer vent itself. The hood on the outside here is just caulked in there, and then I've put some screws on it. So that's the dryer vent. The electrical is pretty self-explanatory. You're running a 30-amp circuit wire over to the outlet, and then you need a hot and a cold hookup and a drain. And so overall, the installation isn't difficult, but the crawl space is such a mess down there. I just didn't have a chance to get back in there with the camera and show you guys all that. So that's basically what it was. Very simple hookup down below the house. And hopefully this is my last, at least big project up here. I may have some other little projects, but last big project for quite a while. Let me know what you guys think. Thumbs up if you enjoyed. If you have questions about installing one of your own, please let me know. I'd love to try to help you out. This is a GE model. I'll put a link. It was ordered on Home Depot. I'll put a link in the description to that and all the other accessories and things I use, so you can see what I used to install this. Hope you guys enjoyed today. We'll see you next time.